Okay, Amber, 69 in the last paper 2 that I marked for you, which was fantastic. So you're not as optimistic this time. Let's see how you get on. Spot on the first page, full marks, well done. I so wish that was right. Unfortunately, there isn't a mathematical, or tent isn't a mathematical word. It's a prism, or more accurately, a triangular prism. Triangular prism. But I do love tent, that's great. 4 radius chord tangent, that's correct, and so is that. Excellent. That's right, unfortunately that's 2. You're dividing both of those numbers by 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2, and 15 divided by 3 is 5. So you only get one of those 2 marks there. 10 for that page, still an excellent start. Dean's number was 8. To get the x on its own, you have to do the opposite of subtracting, which is adding 7. So the other side becomes that, which is 11. So you got that one wrong, unfortunately. 12 and 4 is right though, so well done. Times 4. Now with this one, you replace the v by the number 8. But in algebra, that is actually 6 times v. So t will be 75, take away 6 times 8. 6 times 8 is 48. So you're going to do 75, take away 48, which is 27. With this, it isn't 45 equals x. What you're going to think of here is, what are you going to do if each litre costs x pound? What would 2 litres cost? 2 times x. 3 litres, 3 times x. 45 litres would be 45 times x. And with this one, if it's 3 years younger, if the car was 10 years old, the other car would be 7. What have you done? You've taken 3 off. 8 is correct, and 48 pounds is correct as well. So, what have we got there? 11 marks. 4, 6, 10, 11 marks for that page. 61.5 is correct. That is correct. It's halfway. Now, ask yourself what you're doing here. You know you're looking for a number halfway between those two, but you've given an answer of 30. There's no way 30 is halfway between there. What you need to do, so the way that you've done it, is if you add those two together, you get 60.5, which is the right answer. Or you add those two together and half it. Or the distance between those is 3. Half of 3 is 1.5. So it's 1.5 up from there. Whichever way you do it, 60.5 is what we're looking for there. So you lose a mark for that one. 1428, 340. Good stuff. 9 for that. Now, you correctly spotted there that the area is 25. Now, what you want to work out is what each side is. You should know that to work out the area of a square or a rectangle, you're multiplying length times width. So what we've got here is something times itself is 25. What's the something? 5. 5 5s are 25. Once you know that that is 5, you can then work out the total distance all the way around the shape. 150 votes is correct. What you then need to do is, we're interested in Andrew. Andrew has got 69 votes. 69, so you'd write 69 out of the 150. So that would be his fraction, and then you would times that by 100 to get the answer. So your method is wrong there. 1872 is the cost of the magazines. So what you then need to do is, you know that in total it comes to 2904. So you've then got to take off how much you know the magazines cost. So the journals £29.04 less the 1872 that you know the magazines cost. So that comes to £10.32. So one journal will be 10.32 divided by 4 to get that answer. So you'll get 1 mark there for working out that. So that's your first disappointing page, really. That's great. 73 is that one. Okay, so that is 73. What you've then got to do is realize that that's on a straight line. Angles on a straight line add up to 180. So you've got to do 180, take away 73 to get that answer there. So 1 mark there. So 25 cubic meters, 93 pence a cubic meter. So what you have to do is 93, not times 2, but times 25. Each cubic meter costs 93p. Then the rest of the cubic meters, so 46 minus 25, will be 21 cubic meters times 132 pence. So you've got that one there and that one there, which you're then going to add together along with the standing charge of £7.45. So you round the right thing, but actually you haven't done anything there which merits any marks, unfortunately. For this one, take a look at how I work through that on the video clip. With this one, first of all you subtract those to give you how many cubic meters they've used, and then you can work out the percentage then of the 8 out of the total. So again, that's something, take a look how I've gone through that. On the video clip. What you've done there isn't right. Okay, so you've plotted your points. Your points look good. There's no correlation because the price doesn't match. What you want to say there is rise or fall. Okay, they're all random. The age and price of the oldest chair, well, the age is 80, but the price is 40. So you only get 1 mark for that, 2 there. It is no correlation, but you haven't justified it properly. So 3 for that page. Unfortunately, that's not the method to use. First of all, you have to take 18% off and then work that out for that different value for the second year. Okay, we did practice that back in the autumn, but maybe it's something that you need to have a go at again. And then with this one again, you need to square those sides and subtract them, not add. And this one you have doubled some of them, but not all of them. What you need to do is to work out what the scale factor is. So what do you have to multiply 10 by? How many times bigger is that to that? And what you get is that you have to multiply everything by 1.6. 16 divided by 10. Okay, so it's a really strong start on that paper, and that hopefully that will be enough to get you certainly there or better. 12, 16, 26, 37, 46, 47, 51, 52, 55. 55, so you really good estimate there. So that's only a D, unfortunately. It's about 6 marks off a C. You won't have to look too hard in there to find out those 6 marks. So that it's not bad, Amber. Disappointing compared to last week's, but I think you know, it could be a lot worse.